He rolls out of bed and looks down to his basement and unloads his brain in under 10 minutes. Justin is awake. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Justin is Awake. I just keep lying to you guys. You know, the original intention was to record this right as I woke up in the morning. That has yet to happen. Right now, it's about 8:45 where I am, and so the lies continue. They roll on. A couple things I wanted to tell you this week. The next Sushi Jackknife is coming soon. We did something really, really fun this week, something we've been talking about doing for a long time, ever since we bought a little portable Zoom recorder rig. We hit the streets. We hit downtown Nashville, and we encountered some interesting characters. Actually, I'll be putting up some pictures on Twitter at Sushi Jackknife in a little while this evening, kind of a travel log, if you will, of our adventure Saturday night. We went out there, we met petty cab drivers of all sorts of repute. We talked to and counted bachelorette parties. I think we reached like 15, and then we just sort of gave up. We talked to a couple who had some very intimidating, though friendly, seemingly friendly snakes. They were out there spreading snake awareness, as it was. Nice people. And a disco hot dog vendor. So if any of that sounds even remotely interesting, you'll definitely want to check out the next episode of Sushi Jackknife. It'll be 54. I'll be working on editing it this week. There's extensive editing to be done because we walked around for about 3 hours, and there's not 3 hours worth of material, I'll just put it that way. So it'll be clips and such of the good stuff that happened. Looking forward to you guys hearing it, and we may do it again at some point. Nathan, of course, hated it the entire time, but or at least he said so. I think he actually liked it a lot. He just told me up front vehemently that he didn't want to talk. That's not the right way to say that word. He just told me up front very passionately how much he didn't want to talk to anyone. And I said, well, let's do it anyway. And we did. And I think it ended up being really, really fun. We went to the tops of buildings. I got very scared. We took a break at a cigar bar, which is by far my favorite thing to do in downtown Nashville. There's, if you want to experience the honky tonks and the boots and the hats and all that business, as it were, it's all there for you. It's there, and it's, it multiplies seemingly every day. But if you're looking for something a little more relaxing to do, there's a cigar bar, and I can't remember the name of it, but anyway, it's right off Broadway. You have to go up some stairs. There's always a really good band downstairs. I mean, 2 times I've gone, I've heard them play like great stuff. The first time I heard them play maybe the best cover of Pretty Woman by Roy Orbison that I've ever heard. It was really tight and amazing. And this time, I heard another band, another really, really tight band, great country band, traditional country band, playing a song by a guy named Gary Stewart. It's an awesome song. You should look it up. It's called She's Acting Single, I'm Drinking Doubles. That has to be one of the best country music songs, especially titles of all time. So they were playing that, and I recognized the song immediately as we were walking upstairs, and I just knew it would be a good thing. We hung out at the cigar bar for a while, and it proceeded to be kind of us observing this very odd college baseball game. I don't know. Do you guys know, is college baseball a thing? I didn't know that it was, but apparently it is. And apparently all the players like to have long hair. And that's cool. I secretly want to be into baseball, but I'm not really into any sports hardcore. Anyway, so we're there, and the camera, I don't know if the cameraman was bored or if he knew this kid or maybe he's some sort of, pedophile cameraman, but he kept, repeatedly, at least 8 times, he kept going back to this one, maybe 12-year-old kid who didn't realize the camera was on him at first, eventually realized and started, gyrating the eyebrows and making movements and eventually, gesturing to his mother and looking concerned. It was bizarre and fascinating. Is this a theme in college baseball? I don't know. How am I supposed to know? I don't watch college baseball. But it was odd, to say the least. So really fun episode of Sushi Jackknife, I think, coming your way pretty soon this week. Today was a day at home, a day with the toddler, as it were, which is always a good day, a peaceful day. You guys won't believe this, but I actually meditated today. 10 minutes. Hey, progress is progress. So I meditated a little bit. I'm reading these books. There was a movie that came out, I mentioned this on the show, there was a movie that came out called Mordecai with Johnny Depp recently, and everyone hated this movie. I loved this movie, and so I'm not a good judge of movies. That's pretty well established. Realized that the movie was based on a series of novels by this guy, Kirill Bonfiglioli. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I think I am. And the novels are really good. They're like 70s, trashy, British, like sort of mystery, but sort of like a spy novel. But except the main character, this Mordecai guy, is pretty inept. Like he's a drunk and he's pretty inept. I seem to like drunks. I wonder if it's a kindred spirit sort of thing. Anyway, these novels are great. So even if you saw that movie and hated that movie, or you thought maybe there's a germ of something good, go read one of these novels. The first one is called Don't Point That Thing at Me, and I'm reading the second one right now, and it's called After You with the Pistol. The third one, I believe, is called Something Nasty in the Woodshed, and I've got that one checked out too, so we'll see. I'm almost done with the second one, and it's been a rollicking good time, I have to say. What else is going on in the world? Man, I tell you, I have the best of intentions when I come down to do these, and then everything just leaves the mind. The mind becomes blank. Oh, speaking of blank minds, I was saying I did do some meditation today. And, I settled on some good stuff. I don't know if anyone out there meditates, but it's a nice thing. It can be very peaceful and all that. Music on this episode. Okay. Guys, Nathan and I are in two bands together, both of which haven't practiced recently. And it's, we're trying. It's tough, scheduling and all that. The band that he fronts is called Leathern, and that's Balivernes. And there's a SoundCloud for that, soundcloud.com/that. And then there's another band that I front called Andalusia, which is misspelled from the Spanish with an S instead of a C, Andal, USIA instead of CIA. It's not Andalusia, it's Andalusia, which is a pretty thinly veiled reference to a Pixies song, the Pixies song Debaser, which is like one of my favorite songs of all time. Second song. So go listen to Gary Stewart. She's acting single. I'm drinking doubles. Go listen to the Pixies Debaser, particularly if you've never heard it. Oh my God. One of my favorite songs. I mean, you got lines like, got me a movie, I want you to know, slicing up eyeballs, I want you to know, girl is so groovy, I want you to know, don't know about you. But I am Shed Andalusia. That's where the name comes from, right there. And I tell people that it has something to do with Spain, but I've never been to Spain. I'd love to go, but I've never been. Anyway, it's that. So that's the band, and you're going to hear a song. I haven't decided which one yet, but you're going to hear a song from that band at the end of this. We just completed an EP. It took a long time because we had a lot of life happen during the making of the EP, but I think it's pretty good. And I think my bandmates think so. Nathan plays bass in that outfit. And so anyway, you're going to hear a song from that. The EP is called So Nash Rain, which is a thinly veiled REM reference. If you know anything about me, Pixies, REM, Replacements, Pavement, The Smiths, these are my bands. So as in like South, S-O period, Nash, Rain, Nashville, South Nashville, Rain. And that's up on our SoundCloud, which is soundcloud.com/Andalusia Nashville. So go give that a listen, particularly if you like this track that's going to play in just a minute. Anyway, thank you for listening. Thank you for listening to these little interstitial things, and thanks for listening to Sushi Jackknife. Really excited to bring you guys the episode this week, and I hope those of you who heard the Sweden episode last week were singularly thrilled, shocked, amazed, and what have you. It was pretty fun and very, very surprising. Thanks a lot, everyone, for listening. If you get a chance, give us a review on iTunes. That's huge. A couple people have. There's a guy goes by the Green Korean, gave us a really nice review. We kind of chided him on the podcast, and I hope it didn't come out as a really asshole thing to do, but we kind of chided him. But seriously, in all seriousness, because we're stupid jokers on the show, it was a really great review and very encouraging, and thanks for that. And shout outs also to the Kung Fu Drive-In podcast and Tattoo Bananas, the two people I now interact with the most on Twitter, and they both have great and awesome shows. Another encouraging drunk was this character from The Kid with the Golden Arm, a movie that Kung Fu Drive-In just recommended on their show. It's on Netflix right now. Go watch it. There's a character called Hai Tao who is a total drunk but kicks ass. His final line in the movie is, "I think I'm going to go get drunk now," after he just murdered like 100 people, but for the good. Until next time, gouge away.
It was a real wild teenage party. Everyone was on their phone. That bass was ethically thumping. But Catherine came around slow and watched her fingers you in the back seat. Play dead, don't think on the things that you said. Play dead, don't think on the things that you dread. It was a real wild teenage party. Everyone was on the drums, and that bass was ethically thumping. Catherine came around slow. She came around slow. She came around so slow. Oh, she came up. Yeah, she came up. She came around so slow. And while she kisses you in the back seat, play dead, don't think on the things that you dread. Play dead, don't think on the things that you said. Kisses you in the back seat. Play dead, don't think on the things that you dread. Play dead, don't think on the things that you said.
No, strangers are the worst, and quite frankly, I don't want to meet anyone, ever.
I hope your crystalline personality shines through. Anyway, here we go. Adventure 1 begins.